Welcome to Phil Wilson Chats with Celebrities. And here's your host, Phil Wilson.
In 2019, on the VOIS Kids TV show, Kenzie captured the UK audience under American rapper, singer, songwriter, record producer, and actor Will.I.AM. And the stage was set for a bright future in the music industry at the age of 14, but was halted by COVID-19, causing damage to his vocal cords. After receiving a Prevent VOIS Implant, his life has been miraculously turned around with the release of his catchy, cheeky single, On My Way. And Kenzie Vois joins us now. How are you doing, Kenzie?
I'm doing really good. How's it going?
It's very good. Thank you very much indeed. And I'll tell you what it is. As soon as I heard your single, I was thinking this has to be talked about because it's such a great song and I love it. And I love the sound effects, but we'll not go too much into that.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, the sound effects. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, a bit of a creak going on there, but yeah, it's a fabulous single, and I really love it. So yes, that was my gem of the week on my breakfast show just the other week there, and went down very well. Now let's go back to the beginning and ask: when did you discover you had a talent for singing?
Wow, I think you know what So I started on the drums. That was the first thing I did. So as you can see back there.
Yes, yes, and you're actually in the company of a fellow drummer.
Oh, amazing! Yeah,
so there you go.
Most radio interviews I've talked to have been drummers, which is really cool.
Wow, awesome! Yeah, I love the kit there. It looks like a nice setup there. Nice tom there on the side there. Nice side tom on that. Yes.
You know, it's So yeah, I started drums when I was I think I was 7. And then I wrote my first song when I was 9, and it was not very good.
Right.
But yeah, when I was 9, I think that's also the same age when I found out I could sing, I suppose. I remember when it was because I was my sister is a singer. She's a great singer.
Right.
Musical theater. She was recording in a studio, and I was in there as well, just sort of watching, and then I went into just try out, have fun. When I think I was 9 years old, and yeah, that's since then I've just been singing since then.
Wow, a very, very early age. And I was actually just going to ask, did you sing around the house when you were growing up there?
Yeah, because it was my sister was the one that I wouldn't be doing music without my sister because she's the one that sort of inspired me, I guess. And yeah, when she's home, because she lives in London, but when she's back home, yeah, it's there's a opera in the house. She'll be singing in the shower, and it's it just echoes the whole house.
Wow.
But with me, I think yeah, I definitely sing all the time, but yeah, I'm much more into producing and writing and stuff. I think I'll write a song a day, so there'll be music. Whoa, hello.
Yeah.
There'll be music blasting everywhere. So yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Yes, you've got the great influence there from your sister there. So thank you to her. And what kind of musical theatre does she do? Is there any other shows that you could mention that she's been in, or?
No, but she's a brilliant singer. Her name's Georgia Conway. She's awesome. She's so yeah, her voice, I've used her voice in some of my songs. None of the ones that are out.
Right.
But yeah, her voice is yeah, it's mind blowing.
Is it a completely different style to yourself, as it were? Is it more on the operatic side, more musical theatre?
Yeah, much more operatic. It's it's one of those I could never vibrato and just power and raw power and that kind of stuff.
Wicked and things like that, them kinds of shows.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff, man. Yeah,
a big belt has.
Yeah, definitely. She's got that kind of that range.
Yeah, but you've certainly got a fantastic voice as well. And at school, by the way, musical? And did you learn to play any instruments other than the drums?
Yeah, in school, school was interesting because I mean, because I was on The Voice, I got a lot of stick in school, so it was never really like
Right,
wasn't very cool to be Mac Man. But
right,
I I did make really good friends with this guy called Riley in school, and we used to go into the music room, and I played drums,
right.
play guitar, and funnily enough, Riley is the guy that I wrote my new song "On My Way" with. So, yeah.
Wow, we yes, it's great to have those connections, isn't it? Yeah, like to keep with friends that you've been with at school and have somebody that's on your wavelength who's able to help you with your musical journey.
Yeah, man, it's just like he kind of kn knew what my vision was, and we landed on a concept sort of and mashed our two ideas together, and that's how this song came about. And once I had a topic, I was able to just write and write and write and produce and produce and produce. And once I had that concept, I think that's where all the sound effects came in as well, because I just
Yeah, yeah.
knew what we were talking about.
It's great as well. Absolutely love it. But we're going to talk about that track a little bit later on. And also, we're going to talk about the voice as well. So, is everybody in your family musical or just your sister?
No, it is just my sister, but
Yeah,
I've definitely had like I've like gained music influences from different family members. I think my dad, I have a whole Spotify playlist from songs my dad's shown me,
right.
and that ranges from like rap in the 90s to
Yeah,
rock in the 70s, and like it's a crazy list, and a lot of older stuff like my grandma loves Elvis Presley. And
yeah.
I've got, I mean, loves is like an understatement. Like I think I've seen every Elvis Presley film. Um, but
Great.
yeah, like anything like Motown. My mum loves Motown, and there's just all influences from everywhere. But yeah, my sister Georgia, she's the only one that is musical, talented musically.
Yes, well, I'll be asking you a vinyl question later on. So, with you having all of
Cool.
the influences, then, it'll be easy for you to answer the questions.
Let's
Well,
hope
it's
not.
only one question.
Okay, cool.
So, who actually inspired you to apply for the Voice Kids TV show?
Who in my family or just in general?
Just in general, who said, hey, Kenzie, why don't you apply for that show?
Definitely my dad. My dad was definitely the one to push me for it, but I can't not give credit to my whole family because they've always been really supportive. So but I think my dad was the one that gave me the push for the voice, and a lot of stuff actually, to be honest.
And did you have to do lots of auditions in order to get on the show?
Um I mean, with the blind audition on the show, and there is some auditions before that to sort of check you out. But
Yeah.
it was a great process, and the team on The Voice Kids was amazing. Like I can't ever say a bad word about that show because it was such a good experience from someone at that age, and everyone on the team, like people behind the scenes, were amazing. To the people, to the contestants on the show.
Yeah, really looked after you as well, which is really good. So what was it like when you were behind the scenes there? Were you like, you know, were you really, really nervous? Were you like, oh,
Yeah, so what they didn't show is I was because obviously they played me on I think it was like the third episode, but
yeah,
in real time, in real life, I was the first on I was the first contestant on that season. So
right,
I opened
yes.
the season. So I was the first to perform.
Wow.
It's so nerve-wracking. Like I heard the coaches enter the stadium, like they played their song for the crowd to get everyone hyped up, and I was
Yeah.
hearing all this, and I was sat on the stage, and I was like, oh my God, like it's about to happen.
Uh,
Yeah, no, it was so scary. I've never been that nervous before, and yeah, I remember like I was with this lady, and she was like, okay, when you go out there, do like a banana walk, like go this way, and I was like,
yeah.
what a banana walk was. I don't. And then yeah, no, when I got out there, I think when I first walk out there, like I remember watching my audition back, I look really angry, and I think that's because that's my like face when I'm focused. But I look like
Yeah.
so angry to be on the Voice Kids stage. But once I started performing, I was golden.
Yeah, it's strange that, isn't it, that you were the first one to be like you were the first person on the stage, but when they do the edit, it's like I was on a TV show called it was part of Alan Carr's game show marathon or whatever a couple of years back, and I was actually on there as contestant number 7 or something, like to come on the stage and do the yes no game on Take Your Pick. And then I was put on as, I think I was put on as the first.
Wow, there you go. See?
So it's strange, isn't it? It's strange, isn't it? But sometimes it's best waiting, waiting until a little bit longer in order for the
Yeah,
viewers to get into the show, and then they can like really like get it, like they can pay attention to and be settled in, so they can see who the other people are.
yeah. Like I wouldn't. There's nothing I'd change about my experience on the show. Like everything was perfect.
Yeah, and it's done very well for you as well. Now, to be selected to be on Voice Kids, what was that like when you are given that, you've got the green light, come to the studio, let's go for it. You could be a
Yes.
big star.
Yeah, super exciting. It was yeah, I mean it was a long time ago, but I remember just being mind blown. It was like I literally don't even know how to describe it. It was so sick.
Did you get a phone call or what? How did it, or did you get an email? Can you remember?
Because it was the kids. I think my parents must have got an email or a text, but I don't actually remember what they got. But I remember when they told me, and it was like also I got to sing the song that I wanted to sing too, because I think a lot of people
Right.
sang songs that I don't know, but I knew that this was the song that I wanted to sing, and I got to sing the one that I wanted to sing. So I was excited about that. I was excited about being on the show,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was amazing.
And was it filmed in Manchester? Was it in London?
It's between the two. So yeah, it was
Right.
it was filmed in Manchester, and then it was also filmed in London afterwards.
Fabulous, fabulous. Yeah, it's great that you're able to select your own song as well to sing, because sometimes you may be given a list, and then, and if it's a song that you are passionate about, then you're going to give that out, that performance on stage there.
Yeah, definitely, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, testing all your vocals and everything for the audience there to be selected by the judges. Now, Um, who were in the chairs when you were on the Vice Kids? Can you remember who were in the 4 chairs?
Will.I.AM, Pixie
Yeah,
Lot, Jesse J, Danny Jones from McFly, sorry.
excellent. Hey, that's a great lineup, isn't it? To have been performing in front of.
So good, honestly.
Now, when actually you are on the show there, were you elated when that chair turned and it was Will.I.AM, or did you want someone else? If you were out to say that.
No, Will.I.AM was the one guy that I wanted. I've been like a Black Eyed Peas fan since I was like he's the reason I went on the show, to be honest. Like,
Right.
yeah, so it was that's why I looked so excited when I was like when he turned because yeah, that's definitely the guy I wanted. But I would have liked more chairs to turn. That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
But I got the one I wanted, so I was happy. I was happy with it.
And did he turn the chair quite quickly? Because I haven't managed to get that episode on.
No, man, it was literally the last second. Like he turned
Really?
as I ended the song. Yeah, so it was insane. I
I
closed
bet
my
you.
eyes to do the last note, and he turned, and I was like, I opened my eyes. I do like
Amazing.
jump up and down because yeah, no, he is the guy I wanted. And then afterward, he came downstairs and met my family, and then my granddad and Will.I.AM met, and it was really weird, really cool at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome.
Excellent. Excellent. And are you still in touch?
With Will.I.AM,
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to him since I was on the show, but I wish you could hear my song. That'd be really cool. I mean, you know him, send him on the song.
Well,
Depends,
you never know. You never know because he'll watch this maybe on the Celeb TV channel, or he might, well, strangest things have happened. So
True.
watch this space, as it were.
True, man.
Now, what happened next was actually something that could have changed your life forever with COVID-19 and a diagnosis of left vocal cord paralysis. Please, can you tell us about what happened next and also how it felt receiving the diagnosis?
Yeah, this is the full story. Wow. Okay. Yeah, like I was obviously still after the voice. I was still performing. I was doing a
Yeah,
lot of stuff that year. Like that year, I think I did two TV shows. I went absolutely mad. I just was every contest I could do, and yeah, I really went all out. And then the next year, so that was 2019, and then the next year
yeah,
was 2020, and I did a couple gigs, and I did this really cool gig, in my hometown. I opened for a guy called Adam Hender, and
right.
such a great gig, and he's really cool, and his music's great. Um, and so what happened was I think I got ill sort of a little bit before the gig, but I was fully recovered, ready to go.
Yeah,
Um, but there was my voice was still kind of hoarse, but I wasn't ill.
yes,
Turns out that must have been COVID that I had before the gig because it was in I think the gig was in February, and I was ill through January,
right.
and my voice was still a bit hoarse. What happened was I sort of came off that gig and I lost my voice and it kind of just didn't come back. And since I was like,
Wow.
I think I was like 14, I kind of left it to my voice breaking or something. I don't know, something.
Yes.
Which the funny thing is, my voice did break, but it was breaking whilst all this was happening. So when I actually
Hmm.
got my voice back, I had no idea what it was going to sound like. So,
No.
but yeah, so it was like 6 months of us just being like, yeah, my voice is just breaking. And then until someone was like, yeah, my voice didn't do that when it was breaking. And I was like, oh.
No.
So, because it was just super restricted and I couldn't shout and everything just sounded wrong.
Yes.
And yeah, so I went to a specialist in London, um, because I had seen a bunch of people and they had said it was fine. And then I
Yeah.
got a camera in my nose, um,
Yes.
some kind of oscopy. I don't want to say the wrong one because that could be.
Yes. Yes. I know what you mean. Yes.
So yeah, I got a camera in my nose, and then they looked at my vocal cords, and the left one just was not moving. It was like completely stiff, and the other
Wow.
just like trying really hard to make this one move, but it would.
Yes.
And that's where it was coming from. It was called left vocal fold paresis, I think it was called, um,
Right.
which evolved to paralysis because it was just not gonna move at all. Because there's a chance that will come back.
Yes.
But yeah, no, we gave it like a year and it just didn't come back. So yeah, throughout 2021 and 2022, just learning to cope with it because at the age I was at, I couldn't have an operation to fix it because I hadn't stopped growing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just learned to deal with it and was kind of told I wasn't gonna be able to like do this. So I had to find a new hobby, new thing, and producing, writing songs was definitely what I got into.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I spent a lot of time doing that. And I eventually, in 2023, I turned 17 and they invented this new implant called VOIS,
Yes.
voice. So that's where my name comes from, Kenzie Voice.
Yeah.
And yeah, this I think it was in Austria. A doctor invented it, and they brought it over to the UK. And I think I was the first in the UK to have the implant,
Wow.
for the operation. And I got to meet the guy that invented it, which was really cool. But obviously,
Wow.
yeah, this was all through the NHS. So it was a couple of years of waiting, um,
Yes.
but it was worth the wait. I had the operation, and yeah, I mean, all the people involved in helping me get my voice back, and yeah, everyone was amazing. I went through so many vocal therapists, and the same people specialists. I had to do vocal massages and stuff. But I learned a lot about my voice, and
Yes.
I learned new skills. Obviously, writing songs, producing. I got much more into it. And once I got my voice back in 2023, I was able to sing all the songs I'd been working on. So yeah, and the other thing is there was no vocal rest, so I could sing practically immediately after the operation.
Amazing.
Because I'd had operations before, but there was vocal rest. But this one, they were operating on my neck instead, so there was no
Yes.
rest. But obviously, my voice was very weak. But it was I heard the change like straight away. So yeah, it was a really exciting time.
Absolutely amazing it is. And yes, it's so do you control it? Because I found since I had the COVID-19, I find in my head, people don't say it, but I'm husky all the time. I'm very husky. And after it's like when you talk, well, if I talk too much, even though I'm talking like like 50 that doesn't now, it can make you tired and it can make you feel very, a bit breathy. So is that what you felt like when you had the first had it? Or were
When
you or did you lose? Were you husky, or were you just losing bits of the when you were talking bits of your voice?
No, so it was really, really strange. It was like it wasn't husky or it wasn't anything like that. It was literally
No.
it was restriction. I just
Wow.
couldn't like if I shouted it would just like break into this like I couldn't shout basically.
No.
It was really odd. But obviously only one of them was paralyzed, so it was just really weak.
Yes.
But yeah, there's people that have it much worse than I had it. But yeah, you don't realize how much you use your voice because I mean I couldn't. It really did knock my confidence. Because I had it, throughout most of my teenage life. So
Yes.
being in loud settings, especially in school or wherever you go, party or whatever, you need a loud voice to talk to people. So.
To be heard, as it were.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I think a lot of the time I just didn't really speak that much because there was just no point and it would tire me out if I tried to speak. So yeah, there was a lot of problems there that affected me, but I think I was able to cope with it and deal with it and now I'm doing better than ever. So yeah.
You are. You are. You're doing absolutely amazing. Now, thankfully, the voice implant has been a great success, and you've been able to record, produce, and release your debut single, which was Lose You in the summer of 2024. What was it like being able to get your first single out there after all that you'd been through?
Amazing. The song was called Lose You. So it was it was very like relative to the losing the voice situation.
Yeah.
Not that I wrote it about that, but it was
No.
very 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 fitting for a song to put out there. But yeah, it was a great song for that summer. The funny thing is that was the one that I didn't like. Like this song, Lose You, I wasn't into until sort of when it came out, and I was like, wow, yeah, no, this is really good. I'm really happy that I
Yeah.
put that one out, and I was very excited to sort of share it and show people it because it's definitely a style that I hadn't done before.
Yeah.
So I was scared to put that out as my first thing because I didn't want people to think that this was my, me.
Yeah.
But I think I'm showing my range as we go on and as we release more singles. So I'm very glad that was the first one because it's a very universal one, very catchy one. And yeah, I'm super proud of Lose You and the it just that song sort of ties up that whole summer for me. So I'm very glad that was put out at that time.
Yeah, and it's a great song as well. And I must say that I love the video for Lose You, which was, I believe, was filmed on Western Supermare Beach
Yeah.
and has to this day had just shy of 700,000 views on YouTube.
Wow.
How does it feel to have that kind of support?
Insane. Like I mean, I look at those views and I'm like, I don't even know who's watching this video, but I mean,
Yeah,
I appreciate it. I'm like, yeah, that statistic is mind blown. Um, and yeah, I mean, even on like streaming services, especially on Spotify,
Yeah.
I think the song has got like 80,000, which is something that I've never.
Wow, we amazing.
No, I never thought I would get on a song. So to have that on my first single is wild. And the song got on, I think, Fresh Finds on Spotify. So uh,
Right.
do that as a debut is really cool. And yeah, I just appreciate all of it. I just really appreciate the support.
And how does it feel to? I should say. See, I'm going. I'm asking you the same question again. Who's the lady that actually appears in the video? As you must give her credit, as helps to tell the story.
Yeah, of course. The girl that's in the video, her name's Darcy Harkham. She's an actress from I'm blanking on where from, but she's from South
Yeah.
Wales. Yeah, brilliant actress, really good friend, and yeah, it was nice to meet her. I only saw her that day, so
Right.
yeah, it was it was a really good shoot, and very she was very friendly, professional, and yeah, it was a good time. I mean, it was a great video shoot. Everyone involved in that video was I want to thank because yeah, it's a beautiful looking video and yeah, Reese Furball Films is a genius. You know, he
Yeah.
does all the videos that I put out. Well, the two videos that I put out so far.
Yeah.
Um, and Nathan Williams, I think his name was the
Yeah.
yeah, but the whole team was amazing, and I couldn't be more thankful for them to have filmed it because it looks great and it has like what did you say 700,000 views?
It's nearly 700,000 views. I would say, I think it's at this moment in time, I'm sure it's about 150 off the 700,000. So that was it. Last checking before I come to speak to you, Kenzie.
Crazy. So it could have grown since we've been talking. You know?
Well, that's right. Exactly. Exactly. So yes, it's you'll get it. Well, you'll get a nice plaque sent if it gets to 1 million views from YouTube. So we'll have to will that for you.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Because yes, you get a nice plaque sent through. So there you go then. I haven't got one, but I've seen other people that have had one.
Hopefully I get. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully I get one. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully by the end of 2025. I know that for sure. Now, you followed the single up with Right Here. And now in 2025, you have released your brand new catchy and fun single, On My Way. Please, could you tell us about the single? And is there a video following? Or would it have a triple X rating?
You know what? I would love to do the video for that. I've been talking about that with my team. That's definitely the main one I want to do a video for. Yeah, we'd probably not do a triple X video. But, no, I think yeah, I know exactly how the video would look, and I hope to do one. We're just gonna see how the song performs before we jump into that because we got another single coming out, and we definitely want to do a video for that too. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of we're looking at a lot of social media content and stuff
Yeah.
maybe to jump into instead of the video. But yeah, no, we definitely want to try and do it. And yeah, the video. I I would assume would have loads of trumpets and it would be really sort of um like a love letter to the early 2000s movies like I don't know if you've seen Superbad and
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
yeah, all that kind of stuff like that's definitely what I want to portray as
Yeah.
my musical persona, that kind of yeah, that kind of character. So I think if I did do a video it would look something like that. um and yeah, you mentioned Right Here. Right Here's video was really sick.
Yeah.
Um, and the people.
And that's got lots of that's got like lots of like neon light kind of things, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and things like that. And it's like it's quite it's lovely on the eye there watching that, you know?
yeah. No, that one was really cool. That like I knew that the idea was like the neon lights thing. I wanted to do like loads of TVs and stuff, but
Yeah.
once I saw that big screen, I was like, wow, that's perfect. And the colors switching. And that was a long shoot. That was like a long time we shot that for. But I got the drummer in my band. His name's Laurie, who also
Right.
played bass on My Way. So that guy's a
Wow.
genius. And I got Riley, who I wrote the song with, to be on the bass in the Right Here video, and my
Right.
mate Ryan on the keys, and we kind of made our own band for the day. And yeah, we performed the song like 1,000 times, and they got like
Wow.
million takes, and they edited it all together, and it looks amazing. The Right Here video is something I'm really proud of. Um, but yeah, On My Way is definitely the most fun I've had in a song, in all the songs that I put out, and I want to keep that energy going for the next one. Um, but yeah, if we do a video, definitely go watch it because it will be something really, um, there'll be a lot of humor and there's a lot of fun with it, you know?
That's what you want. That's what you want. You see, that's what we needed in the charts there. We don't need all these doom and gloom songs. You know, there's lots of them out there, you know, naming no names. And we need some nice, quirky, catchy tunes like yours, Kenzie, definitely.
Definitely.
So we'll look forward to the video of On My Way coming out in 2025, hopefully very, very soon. Now, do you have any future projects or tours you can tell us about, Kenzie?
There's nothing in the pipeline, set in stone, but I will definitely be posting anything new coming up, on all social media, because my name is Kenzie Voice on everything. Like that, you'll find me as Kenzie Voice on absolutely everything. But yeah, no, I mean, all these singles are leading up to a project, and yeah, there will definitely be shows to go along with it, and I'm really excited about them. There'll be some really cool gigs lined up.
And what's your website so people can follow you
Yeah.
and get all your social links?
Again, kenzievoice.com. I'm at Kenzie Voice on everything, but that's VOIS if you're looking
Yeah.
for it. And yeah, no, it's the same on absolutely all social media.
And can everyone get your music from there as well?
Yeah,
From your website?
from the website, yeah, my music's on there, my socials are on there, everything's on there. Go check it out.
And of course, yes, check out the YouTube channel as well. Kenzie Voice. Kenzie VOIS is what you've got to put, but not Kenzie as voice as it is, and that voice, a
Yeah.
VOIS, a voice.
VOIS. Yeah.
Excellent.
Everyone says
Excellent.
everyone pronounces it as like voir, like French.
Well,
Which-
funnily enough, Kenzie.
You can do. You can do. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not fussy.
I like it though. I like Kenzie Voice. But I'll tell you what it is. Somebody asked me the other day, oh, have you got any interviews coming up? And I said, yes, I've got Kenzie Vois.
See, there you go. I mean, but there's no complaints there. That's something that I wouldn't mind hearing. Like, sounds cool.
Yeah, you can have lots of variations there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bet you will have that as well.
I want to know.
If
I want to know what voir means in French. If it's French.
Voir, it does sound very French, doesn't it? Voir.
Does not
Shall I have a
mean
little
something,
search?
Have
Shall
a
I do a
search.
little
Look,
search here while
translate.
we're actually
Right now.
talking here? So, listeners, just bear with me a second. I'm just going to check something here. Voir. Well, let's check see if what that means. Voir
Google Translate.
in
Wow. See what happens.
in French.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look here. Right, what's it going to come up with? It's well, actually, I forgot. I did actually check it before coming to speak to you, and then I forgot. And you know what it actually means? It means see.
Oh wow! So the other thing that we do, the other sense.
That's right. So it's voice, but it could be voir, which is
It
seeing.
could be, but it could be.
So it's your sight.
Visionary.
Visionary. Yeah, you are a visionary, Kenzie.
See, I mean, it all makes sense. Everything makes sense.
Of course it does. Everything happens for a reason, Kenzie, with getting that name there.
Exactly. Yeah. Everything. Yeah. Everything's coming
Yeah.
together.
Everything's coming together, but unfortunately you've had the problem with the vocals there to get that name, but I know that name's going to work very, very well for you. Kenzie Voice.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Now, we've nearly run out of time, so I've got a question to ask you about vinyl. Now,
Oh
the
yeah,
vinyl
let's
revival.
go. Okay, I'm so excited about this. Let's go.
Yes. Now, the vinyl revival is here. So, have you ever bought a vinyl record? And if so, what is your favorite album and track you could play me if you had a record player beside you?
You know what? I don't think I have ever bought a vinyl. I gotta say, I think um that's something I should definitely do. I should definitely invest in a
Definitely.
player. My best mate has one, and he swears by it, but I I haven't. And but if I did have one,
Yeah.
I would probably choose. Did you say album?
An album and a song off a vinyl, if you could
I
think.
think the album that got me into music definitely was I mean I love Bruno Mars, as you can tell by On My Way.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, so I think Unorthodox Jukebox, the one with the gorilla on the album,
Right.
that's a really really cool. The sonics of that album would really inspired me, and I think as dare I say, overplayed as it is, I think Locked Out of Heaven might be the one song that I would love, that I wish I had
Right.
made. And yeah, I'd probably play that song, definitely. I mean, it's got everything in it.
That's an excellent choice. And in the future, do you think you would release anything on vinyl when you've got an album together there?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, this project that we're leading up to, I hope that I can put this out on vinyl. I mean, we'll see, but yeah, I'm really excited to like do more projects. Like, it's my dream to make an album, so if I can make a vinyl to an album, then that's something that I would definitely be promoting.
Because the
If that was a thing right now.
Yeah, because the vinyl revival is. I mean, I started doing a vinyl show nearly. I'm sure it's 8 years ago, because I could see things going to be coming back, and
Yeah, it's
I
definitely cool.
found I found that lots and lots of artists that are just coming out now are going down the vinyl line. Just to ask a question to yourself there, do you think that a lot of people in your age group kind of thing are going for like physical kind of CD vinyl rather than a download?
Yeah, definitely. Just because I think people think it looks cool. Yeah, no, definitely. I think as I said, my mate, the guy that I wrote On My Way with, he has a vinyl player and a bunch of vinyls. And yeah, I mean, lots of my friends have vinyls and vinyl players.
Yeah,
Now that you mention it,
yeah,
um, things I think the most talked about vinyl is "Blonde" by Frank Ocean. Like I
right.
all the time on vinyl that they always talk about that, and I think that yeah, there's definitely a cult following amongst my generation because yeah, like. Now that you mention it, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
And are you into the 90s stuff or everything?
Everything. Yeah, no, everything. Definitely think my favorite era is definitely the 70s. But
70s, cool.
yeah. But the 90s for sure. Everything. I definitely like films from every era and music from every era. Um, but yeah, as I mentioned before, I want the persona to be like that super bad. So I guess that is kind of like 70s vibes actually now I think about it. But um yeah, exactly. Like every era, honestly.
Yeah, you're definitely going to fill that niche in the market there and be a big success there. Kenzie Voice. Now, unfortunately, we've run out of time, so just leaves me to say thank you so much, Kenzie, for joining me on the show this week. It's been such a privilege, and I'd like to wish you all the very much success for the years ahead. And would you like to come on the show again? Have I frightened you away, Kenzie?
Definitely. Yeah, no. Yeah, if I get the opportunity, I'd love to come on the show again. This was a really good time. Thanks for your time too, by the way.
No problem at all. No problem at all. Now, stick around because I'll have a little chat with you in a moment. But finally, please could you introduce your latest single, On My Way?
My name's Kenzie Voice, and you're listening to On My Way on celebtv.co.uk.
Excellent. That's fabulous. Well, thank you so much, Kenzie, and all the best, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you so much.